Thank you everyone for joining me for our weekly webinar. Today we are going to be discussing what we at Vendasta have been calling the Summer of Social. And as we come to the end of this summer, unfortunately, I want to take the time to share with you all every little detail. The Summer of Social was a blog series aimed to help agencies like yours provide the most engaging, relevant, and interesting social media strategies for your clients. Before we dive into the deep end, I want to introduce myself. My name is Sophie Kokot, and I'm a product marketing manager here at Vendasta. I work with our social marketing product, so I am well-versed and up-to-date with social trends, and I'm excited to share them all with you. So as I mentioned previously, we are going to be going over the contents of the Summer of Social blog series, as well as a few other important aspects to provide your clients with the best social media strategy. We will start from the very beginning, all the way to posting your curated content through Vendasta's social marketing. Ready to make a splash? Let's jump in. Did you know that 77% of people are more likely to buy from brands that they follow on social? That's incredible. There are huge opportunities for agencies that work with small to medium-sized businesses on their social. It just takes the right strategy. As I said, we're going to start at the very beginning. So why should businesses be on social media? First, it helps to increase brand awareness. There are 3.2 billion people using social media. That's about 42% of the Earth's population. Contrary to popular belief, it's not just young people using it either. What exactly does this mean? Well, it means that there are a lot more people that your clients' businesses can reach in comparison to traditional methods. Second, it helps to humanize the brand. Social networking allows businesses to create real human connections. The marketing landscape today is unique. Brands can showcase their personality and develop personal connections. Social media also helps your clients become thought leaders. Posting content that showcases your client's expertise helps to develop trust amongst their followers. Another great reason to have your clients on social, it helps them stay top of mind. Every time a user logs in or opens an app, it is an opportunity for your clients to connect. The power of social media doesn't just stop on the networks, though. It can also increase website traffic. Sharing great content from your client's blog to social channels can increase readership. Finally, social media can be an excellent customer service and support tool. It allows users to ask questions in real time through a variety of channels that were previously not available. Businesses can respond instantly and deal with any comments, queries, or concerns. But it's not just about sales. With traditional marketing efforts, the goal is almost always to increase sales. And while that's still a goal with social media, it's about a lot more than that. Social media is about connecting with customers, growing an audience, building relationships, and driving engagement. If businesses are successful in achieving these efforts, converting followers to customers will be that much easier. Now that we have a good grasp on why businesses should be on social media, it's time to discuss the importance of identifying a target social audience. You might be thinking, aren't all social media users my client's audience? And the short answer is no. So why is it important to define your client's target social audience? Well, first, it ensures that you're creating the right content for the right people. Second, it helps you to better understand how to create content that actually connects and benefits readers. Finally, and probably the most exciting reason, is that it helps to increase conversions. So how do we go about defining this audience? Well, first, look at your client's current customer base. Who is already purchasing and celebrating your client's brand? Look for common characteristics and interests. It is very likely that other people like them could benefit from the product or service. Next, you can begin to analyze the product or service your client offers. What products or services are they currently selling? What features provide the biggest benefit to consumers? Understanding how people are using the current offering helps to identify the key selling factors and valued aspects of the business. Another important step is to check out what the competition is doing. Who is the competition targeting with their social media strategies? You may just find a niche market that they are overlooking. Now it's time to choose specific demographics. Consider the age, gender, occupation, and location of consumers who would purchase your client's product or service. Whatever your demographics you choose will be the basis of how you form your social media strategy. Try to be realistic. When identifying demographics, make sure to include psychographics. These are more personal characteristics and they're super important when it comes to your client's social audience. What are the audience's opinions, attitudes, values, and behaviors? And don't forget to include the way that that audience uses social media. Once you have outlined steps 1 through 4, it's time to get to work on an audience profile. Dig into one specific person from the audience and outline their values, their job, age, hobbies, and social habits. This can be a great reference in the future. Plus, it's an easy way to show your clients what you've been working on and how you plan to pursue their strategy. Now it's time to dig into which social network is best suited for your clients. Like any good marketing strategy, it's not about doing all the things, but doing a few things properly. Crafting relevant social posts for a variety of networks can be difficult and take up a lot of time. Additionally, if a social network is inactive, it can reflect badly on the business. To make a strategic decision, it's important to keep your client's target social audience in mind. This will largely affect which networks you choose on behalf of the business. The first network we are going to talk about is Facebook, the giant. This social networking site is one of the oldest and most widespread. Facebook is a far-reaching platform that boasts 2.23 billion monthly active users from every corner of the globe. Businesses can choose from a variety of options, including professional pages, paid post promotion, and native advertising. This platform has users of all ages, of which 53% are female. However, Facebook's senior market is growing at a rapid rate. Facebook is best suited for text and image or video combinations. Posts without a visual element are not as successful in terms of reach and engagement. Is your client looking to promote local events and build a community? Facebook is a great network for that. The biggest challenge? Facebook has a low organic reach. If your clients are not looking to spend money to boost their posts, they won't have as far of a reach. Another giant, Instagram. It boasts 1 billion monthly active users. Since its creation in 2010, teens and millennials have adopted this application all over the world. The platform's primary demographics are those aged 18 to 29, of which 68% are female. Instagram is all about the images. In order to be successful on this social networking platform, your clients need to be able to produce high-quality images and videos. If your client is already a visual brand and positions themselves as very personal, Instagram is perfect for them. But users can be picky. If brands don't post high-quality images, it can reflect poorly. The biggest challenge here is that Instagram requires creativity. Not all images are created equal, and to excel with this network, they need to be unique and stand out. Twitter is another important social networking site. This platform has 326 million monthly active users, and its primary demographic are those aged 18 to 29, of which 53% are male. Twitter is largely a text-based social networking site. Users can only tweet 280 characters per post. While images and videos are accepted, the majority of posts are text only. If your client relies heavily on images to get their message across, this network may not be for them. It's important to note that since there are so many tweets posted every minute, the posts themselves have a short lifespan. If your client's social media strategy involves posting only once a week, this network is probably not for them. LinkedIn is another major player in this space. It is a great way to connect with other businesses and professionals. With 590 million monthly active users, there is plenty of opportunity for your clients. LinkedIn's primary demographic are those aged 25 to 54, of which 56% are males. If your clients operate in the business-to-business landscape, LinkedIn is a must. This is especially true if they sell B2B within small niche markets. This platform is excellent for lead generation, and unlike other forms of social media, its primary purpose is business connection. LinkedIn relies less on media content and more on text-based updates, but they can be much longer than that on Twitter. Imagine blog-style posts. This network is also a great place to find connections and employees, but not the most ideal place for large-scale marketing campaigns. The biggest challenge? Users of this social media platform aren't as active as they are on others. Many users don't post or even check the site daily. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are some of the more popular social networking sites. However, I want to discuss briefly a few other important ones. This way, you can have all the information to develop the best strategy for your clients. If you've ever watched a video online, it most likely came from YouTube. With 1.9 billion monthly active users, this social media giant cannot be overlooked. This platform has users of all ages, of which 63% are male. YouTube is a great choice for your clients if they are already skilled in producing video content, as this is the only form of content posted to YouTube. However, making YouTube videos does take a lot of time and resources. If your client doesn't have the ability to do this, it might not be a good fit. Google My Business is probably one of the more abstract social networks. It's sort of a cross between a listing and a social network. Once users verify and optimize their account, it'll be easier for customers to find them. It also allows them to post about their business. These posts will be published on Google when users search for their client. Images accompanied with text and links do the best through this network. If your client has frequent events, an insightful blog, or new products, this most likely will be a good fit. Great posts for this network include what's new, events, products, and new offerings. However, it's important to note that posts published to Google My Business are removed after 7 days. You may have heard a lot of buzz around Snapchat lately. With 310 million monthly active users, this network seems to have taken the world by storm. However, because it's newer to the market, it has been mostly adopted by younger demographics. In fact, 69% of its users are between the ages of 13 and 17. Snaps, or messages sent through this platform, disappear after 24 hours. This means that businesses on Snapchat must provide frequent content. However, the quality of that content is not as important as with other platforms. The final network I want to talk about is Pinterest. This platform is all about the images. Pinterest allows users to pin or save pieces of information using images, videos, and sometimes GIFs. Pinterest boasts 250 million monthly active users. And unlike other social networking sites, this one is 80% females, of which the median age is 40. It's important to note that at times, custom images are required, which can be more work for either you or your client. In order to stand out, these images need to be sharp and beautiful. Perfect. We're now experts in the most important social networks. You're probably thinking that it's time to jump into what we're posting. And while that's important, we're going to take some time first to discuss brand voice. What exactly is brand voice? Every time you talk, write, design, post, and respond on behalf of your clients, you are connecting with others using their brand voice. Brand voice is comprised of 4 elements. The first is character and persona. Who does your client's brand sound like? If they were a character, who would they be? The second element of brand voice is tone. What is the general vibe of your client's brand? The third is language. What kind of words do your clients use in their social media and online conversations? The final aspect of brand voice is purpose. Why are your clients on social media in the first place? Besides needing to maintain consistency for your clients, why is it so important to identify your client's brand voice? Well, it helps to streamline responses and reactions, make your client's business recognizable and identifiable, build trust and loyalty through the deliverance of consistent messages, helps to target your client's audience, develop a unique style and personality, and build a community around your client's brand. So you might be thinking, how exactly do you help your clients define their brand voice? First, start with finding their adjectives. What adjectives would you and your client use to describe the business? Pick 10. From this list, pick 4 that stand out and have the ability to sum up the brand persona. Not sure which adjectives fit? Think about how you want your followers to perceive your client. People tend to follow brands that are honest, funny, helpful, trendy, and politically correct. Next, you should identify where your followers will hear the brand voice. Does your client leave comments on customer posts, or do they respond to every single private message? Most brands showcase their voice in replies, calls to action, captions, direct messages, bios, and visuals. Another important step in defining your client's brand voice is to develop a brand persona questionnaire. This consists of a variety of questions that will help identify key stakeholders, important messages, and the ways your clients prefer to communicate. Some important questions to ask are, what are your clients' values? What sets them apart from competitors? What reputation does your client want? And once again, who is the audience? All right, I bet I know what you're thinking. This is a lot of important information, and I'd have to agree with you. So let's take a second before moving on. Did you know that 4.75 billion pieces of content are shared daily On Facebook alone, this stat shocked me too. That's a whole lot of content. Now, we're going to find out what will make the content you post on behalf of your clients really stand out. Have you ever stared blankly at your screen trying to figure out what to write? Well, you're not alone. Many of us struggle with how to write the perfect social media content. The way you write social posts for your clients can affect the authority of the post and more. Heck, if it was easy, you'd probably be out of a job. Although it's more accessible, the copy of social media messages matters just the same as big marketing spends. If you're making multiple posts a day, it can be even more difficult to craft an impressive message as you won't have as much planning time. Good copy matters because every post you make on your client's behalf reflects their brand. All right, let's dive into my best tips for writing the best social copy. First, we want to make sure that grammar is a priority. In a world where important conversations are happening through a few lines of text, using proper grammar is incredibly important. Bad grammar reflects poorly on the writer and your clients. This can diminish credibility and the loyalty followers have to the brand. Keep readers coming back and continuing the conversation by using proper punctuation and grammar. Before publishing or scheduling your next post, make sure to read it over multiple times. Not sure if you caught everything? Get someone else from your agency to read it over. Next, it's important to be compelling. When writing copy for your clients, you're competing for the attention of their audience. One of the best ways to stand out, tell them what's in it for them. You could describe an amazing benefit your client's followers will receive, pose an interesting question that mentions additional benefits, or display an exciting statistic. This way, the user understands the relationship and wants to come back. Do you know the difference between active and passive voice? With an active voice, the subject performs the action described by the verb, and with passive voice, the subject is acted upon by the verb. Using an active voice is more engaging. When writing copy for social media posts, you would want to avoid using a passive voice. An example on the screen here, to the left is a passive voice, and on the other side is active. The next important tip, make sure to be clear and concise. Ever read something filled with technical jargon and become completely lost? Same here. People skim on social media, so long-winded, complex posts don't really work. When crafting social posts for your clients, we want to avoid that. A good tip is to pretend you're writing a post for a sixth grader to comprehend. This will force you to write clearly and concisely. Social media is unique because it allows businesses and customers to be part of the same conversation. That's why another great tip is to invoke curiosity. Write in a way that makes people want to click through or make a comment. If you're linking to another piece of content, you don't need to tell the whole story in your copy. Leave some details unanswered, while implying that your link will answer their questions. Another great way to invoke curiosity, ask your client's followers a question. This way, they will be motivated to make a comment and open a dialogue. Think emojis are just for text messages? Think again. Many of your clients' followers use emojis in their daily virtual interactions. In fact, 92% of people use emojis. Emojis are a great way to catch the attention of a follower and break up blocks of black text. However, it's important to not overdo emojis either. Stick to 1 or 2 per post. Followers will get frustrated with your client's brand if there are only posts about themselves. It is important to write in a way that puts your audience at the center of the story. Easy way to do this, say you more than us. Avoid making post after post about the business itself. Try switching it up with industry relevant content and posts about the community. At Vendasta, we recommend following a 30-30-30 rule. This means 30% industry posts, 30% business posts, and 30% community posts. This will provide followers with a range of interesting content to keep them engaged. And last, but definitely not least, is my final tip, being positive. We previously discussed the importance of tone in your social strategy. Well, that tone is translated to followers with the copy. Studies have shown that positivity in social media wins in online interactions. So how do you showcase positivity on social media? Use exclamation points, positive language and words, reference the community, and engage with the community through questions. Okay, now we're all experts in writing social copy. It's time to tackle the next, and arguably a very important aspect of social posting, the images. Did you know that visual content is 40 times more likely to get shared on social media? This means that the images you attach to your client's social posts really need to stand out. How do you do that? Well, let's get into it. Here are my key tips to make the most of your images. The first is to use stock photos. However, I urge you to use stock photos with caution. In fact, many blogs will tell you not to use stock photos at all, but I wouldn't go that far. When you are posting on behalf of your client, it can be difficult to get images from them that are relevant and of quality. Additionally, it's a lot of time and resources to visit your clients every time you need a new image. I say use with caution because some stock images can look really cheesy. The group of employees celebrating another win, yeah, we've all seen it before. And most likely, your client's followers have too. Some really great stock image sites are Unsplash, Pixabay, and Pexels. I prefer Unsplash as the images look less stock imagey. If you don't want your stock images to look like stock images, it can be helpful to use unusual search words. Words like funky or retro might turn up something different. Use a specific color or even the era like 1920 or 1980. You can also add search phrases and keyword terms like bright background. A term like Instagram style will instantly show up images with Instagram style filters or lighting. Get creative. The next tip is to do some graphic design. Now, I know that this can seem pretty daunting, but it doesn't actually have to be. When I say graphic design, I just mean adding text or your client's logo to the image to brand it. This way, if someone is scrolling and they see an image, they'll know what business it's from without having to read the copy. This can be especially useful on Instagram. You don't need to hire a graphic designer to do it either. Though I will tell you, it does take a little bit of time to put logos and text on images. You could use Photoshop if you have access to the program, but a really great, easy to use graphic design resource is Canva. My final tip for making the most of your images is to have some sort of consistency in the style of your images. This could be with colors, framing, or branding of the images. For the graphic design side, make some templates that you can easily slot images to. This will save you a lot of time, especially if you have a lot of clients. Think of your social media images as an extension of your client's brand voice. If your tone varies too much, one day it's humorous and the next day it's super serious, it can be confusing and won't attract people to connect with the brand. All right, I'm going to use the next part of our discussion to talk about taking good photos. You could use these tips for yourself if you're going to be taking photos on behalf of your clients, or you could share these tips with your clients so that they provide you with higher quality images to use. Let's get into it. Framing and composition are some of the most important aspects of creating appealing images. Have you heard of the rule of thirds? The rule of thirds is a guideline which applies to the process of composing visual images. The guideline proposes that an image should be imagined as divided into 9 equal parts by 2 equally spaced horizontal lines and 2 equally spaced vertical lines, and that important compositional elements should be placed along these lines or their intersections. Just like the image of the beach, the horizon is along the bottom horizontal line. The rule of thirds doesn't just have to apply to landscape-oriented photos, though. You can also apply this rule of thirds to vertical photos, such as the photo of the building in the middle. By placing your subject at an intersection, the image is suddenly more engaging. Another important aspect of framing and composition is depth levels. If either the background or foreground is blurred, it makes the image more dynamic. Another important tip is to pay close attention to the resolution of your images. While most people on social media use their mobile devices, people still do view on desktop and laptop computers. The last thing you want is to put out a blurry image on behalf of your client. This could reflect poorly on their brand. This means that the images will need to have a higher resolution to appear crisp and high definition on a bigger screen. A good rule of thumb, files with at least 1,000 pixels are a good place to start. Editing images can be very beneficial. It allows you to capture aspects of the image that you weren't able to get from the original shot. However, if editing is overdone, it can spell disaster. Luckily, social media has made it possible for photo editing to go mainstream. There is nothing wrong with filtering for creative purposes. Oftentimes, a filter is a way to add artistic expression. However, there becomes a point at which filtering and editing become a little over the top. In order to make your images pop without exploding them, try enhancing a few of the following. Adjust your photos, shadows, and highlights to give it a true look to real life. Since our cameras can only see the stops of light, the shadows and highlights are usually too dark or overexposed in a high contrast lighting. Next, slightly bring up the vibrance, but not the saturation, when attempting to make your image look more colorful. Oversaturation is a telltale sign of an over-edited photo. Crop your images to achieve the rule of thirds and straighten the alignment so your horizontal lines aren't crooked. It's important to note that the more you edit an image, the lower quality it can become. Otherwise, the file size for the image would be outrageous. So this is why it's important to practice effective editing. Want to skip the editing but still have images that pop? Well, you can do that with just color. When taking images, find objects that have very different or contrasting color from the background. For example, the yellow pool deck really pops when put next to the blue pool water. But it probably wouldn't have the same effect if the pool water was actually yellow sand. The same goes for people. Your model should dress in solid colors that differ from the color of the backdrop. After all, you don't want them to fade into the background. You might be thinking, sure, all of these tips are great, but I don't have an expensive high-quality camera, and neither do my clients. Luckily, we have incredible cameras sitting in our pockets. Yep, that's right. Your cell phone has the ability to take incredibly high-quality photos. When taking images, be aware of the light. You don't want your images to be overexposed. To control the exposure, on most phones, you can tap the screen and change it. You can also press on the screen to focus on a specific object or person. It's good practice to tap on your subject before taking the image to make sure that they're in focus. Most phone cameras also have a setting you can turn on to show a grid. This makes it super easy to follow the rule of thirds. Once you've taken the image, there are tons of free photo editing apps you can use to enhance your images. While this is on mobile, we still want to remember the editing tips from previously. My favorite mobile editing app, Snapseed. It allows you to edit images without reducing the quality of the image. All right, so we know why our clients need to be on social media and how to identify their audience and brand voice, how to write amazing copy, and now we know how to have the most captivating visuals. Time to get posting? Well, not yet. Did you know that most businesses maintain between 4 and 10 social profiles? Crafting content for and posting to each individual network is practically a full-time job. You need a solution that allows you to post to multiple channels and keep up to date with all things related to your client's social. You have a great strategy in mind, but how do you go about properly executing it? Enter Vendasta Social Marketing, a white label social media management tool built for agency to client collaboration. This is the one place for all your clients' social media. This product allows your team to manage local businesses' social accounts in a scalable way. With posting directly to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google My Business, and LinkedIn, this product has everything you need. One of the best parts, you can sell it as your own. You can either provide your clients with a product to use themselves, or you can use it on their behalf. This product can be white labeled for your agency's needs. This means that you can sell it and take the credit for this powerful product. But there are a lot of social media management products on the market today. So what makes us stand apart? Well, it's all about the Vendasta advantage. Unlike other programs, you can't serve all your clients and work with your coworkers from one platform. If you have fulfillment staff, you can track projects, recurring tasks, and stay up to date with teams through Vendasta's Task Manager. This is a program that works directly with social marketing to help you execute your client's social strategy. Task Manager is a prescriptive way to manage your client's social needs. But Task Manager isn't the only amazing advantage of being with Vendasta. Unlike other point solution products with Vendasta, you have easy access to every product your client could ever need. You're already managing part of their online presence, so why not add monitoring, reviews, and listings to your digital package? Just simply activate the product and you're already making money. No extra work or development on your end. Sounds pretty great, doesn't it? I think so too. Our social marketing product is all about helping you help your clients. We know that you have a lot to do every day at your agency. We also know that social strategy is about more than just the posts themselves. We want to make it incredibly easy to build fans, find customers, and engage with the community on behalf of your clients. The first way we make it incredibly easy to execute your client social strategy with our dashboard. This is the first page you will see when you arrive in social marketing, and it was designed to help you prioritize your social tasks to provide the best service to your clients. It gives you a high-level look at everything that needs your attention. You can see which posts are going to be published next, see which posts are top performers, and see which customers need to be responded to. This page also makes it incredibly easy to connect another social network or compose a new post. Speaking of composing a new post, social marketing has a powerful all-in-one composer designed to make posting to multiple networks as easy as possible. Start by selecting which networks you want to post to. Post to the same ones often? You can easily save them as your default right here in the composer. Next, you can start to add content to your post. You can easily shorten links, add content from your RSS feed, and add emojis. Don't forget visuals. Upload your own images or videos, or select one from our free stock image library. Just don't forget the tips we discussed earlier. Once your post is ready to go, you can easily schedule it or post immediately. When I said that social marketing helps you find customers on behalf of your clients, I was being serious. Social marketing has an amazing feature that allows you to generate leads. This lead search is done through Twitter, which means leads will be geographically relevant since Twitter searches within a 25-mile radius. This radius is based on the business address. Once you've set up your lead search using keywords and phrases, leads will start to appear. You can either respond to them if they are relevant or dismiss them. Once responded to, these won't appear as a waiting response. I told you this product was powerful. Imagine being able to grow your client's business without having to leave your desk. Your clients will be nothing but impressed. I also said that social marketing helps you to engage with the community on behalf of your clients. This can be done by responding to customer posts. The customer posts tab in social marketing pulls in any comments made on your client's posts and any posts made about their business. It's customer service at the speed of social. I am super excited to share with you all our newest feature from social marketing, the brand new post performance tab. This can be found under Insights in the social marketing menu. This page allows you to get advanced insights that help you to grow your client's business online. The All tab of this page provides you with high-level data and insight into how your clients' posts are performing in regards to reach and engagement. Reach is the number of unique people who saw the content, and engagement is the number of actions that people perform on the posts. Underneath, you can also see the data by individual post. By tabbing across the top, you would be able to view the data by each network. Each social channel has network-specific data. For example, Facebook measures engagement with comments, shares, and reactions. This page gives you insight or gives you the insight you need to be able to adapt and evaluate your social strategy. And with that, we have come to the end of this week's webinar. I know that we've covered a ton of important information. We've discussed how to get your clients started on social media, how to identify their target social audience, and which networks are best for them. We also dove into the importance of brand voice and how to write good copy. Don't forget, we also discussed the importance of images. And to wrap it up, we discussed Vendasta's social marketing. So thank you all so very much for joining me for this webinar. Have a great rest of your day.